Thank you so much, children. That was beautiful. The candles. All right. I just have a very short health nugget today, and I think this is more informational. But does this look familiar? This is my favorite veggie meat. This is fried chick. And every time I see it, it definitely brings back memories at Andrews University. I think it was on Wednesdays for dinner. They would do kind of their version of a beef stroganoff, but they would use fried chick with it. And when I saw that that Adventist bookstore had their little mobile thing, I got a big case of it and have been using it pretty regularly, and was really excited that that was something that was available in Wenatchee. But I think what else is exciting too is all the different products that are flooding the market now, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you because there are other things besides Worthington and Loma Linda out there to try. So what's the main ingredient from all these products? Soy, right? Soy is the main protein ingredient. Does soy look like this? See that red, juicy liquid in that burger? Do you think this is vegetarian or a beef patty? Probably a beef patty, right? Well, I love the National Geographic, and they had this article, Menu of the Future, Insects, Weeds, and Bleeding Veggie Burgers. So you've probably heard of this. This is called the Impossible Burger. I don't know, how many of you have had it? So, it's a very interesting burger. I had it actually, it was a surprise. We were in the Seattle airport waiting for our flight, and they had it on a menu. And so I tried it. I can't say it looked like this. I think it was more of like a fast food kind of a place. But the price of it was more than a regular burger. That was interesting. But I thought it was very good. But essentially, the push to find all these alternative products to meat is driven by the fact that by the mid-century, our population is estimated to hit 9 billion, meaning our food production has to go up by 50%. And land per calorie from vegetables and grain, obviously, is significantly surpassed by what is needed to produce animal products. So beef produced in concentrated feeding operations typically requires nearly 8 times the amount of water and 160 times the land per calorie compared to vegetables and grains. So things like this veggie Impossible Burger, or really its kind of competitor Beyond Burger, bases its protein on things like beets, peas. I don't know if you've had like heard a lot about pea protein, which is supposed to be a very complete form of protein. It has all the essential amino acids. And if you're curious how they get it to look like, you know, a bleeding burger, so to speak, is yeast-derived heme that is placed or mixed with the proteins in it. So when I was looking for milk substitutes for Nora when she was having her milk protein allergy, pea protein popped up a lot. I don't know if you've had those kind of supplemental shakes or things like that, but it might be something to look into besides just soy or wheat. It seems to be a very viable option and quite tasty. The other thing I wanted to share was algae oil. So a lot of the oils that are used right now in cooking is palm oil, and we know that that really can take a lot of land space and can destroy or cause significant deforestation. And in terms of algae oil, it is a monounsaturated fat, which is kind of the good kind, and it's very sustainably produced, if you can imagine, in terms of algae as opposed to building these big forests. So here is a piece of arugula with the oil dripping off. It looks legit. And seems to be a reasonable option to look into. So what's kind of a protein that you know John the Baptist ate? Locusts, right? So these are, typical snacks that you see in Thailand or Mexico, right? Locusts or crickets. And they offer more protein and micronutrients per pound than beef. If you think about if you had to sustain their production, they thrive dark and densely crowded conditions. They produce much less waste than, say, cattle or hogs in terms of manure lagoons. And there are some companies in the U.S., particularly in Austin, Texas. They operate the largest U.S. food-grade cricket farm. And the cricket powder is used in things like baked goods, energy bars, and smoothies. And their entire output for the next 2 years is sold out. So very interesting how the food industry is turning, not only in terms of looking at healthier options, but more sustainable or environmentally friendly options as well. So when you look into your meat alternatives, just be aware that there's a lot of exciting things out there and potentially healthier. Like I was looking at this, and there is saturated fat in here, and there are alternatives that have none of that. So just some things to look into as you enjoy your dinner roast this holiday season.